Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much my darlings for joining me on your week ahead reading. It is the 20th to the 26th of July 2020. I want to show the cards that we're using this week. For your general reading this week, we use the Tarot Grand Luxe by Ciro Marchetti. For your career reading this week, we use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And for your love reading this week, we use the Dark Mansion Tarot. For your spiritual guidance this week, we use the Secret Language of Colour cards by Ina Segal. We also use the Law of Attraction Little Reminders cards. And finally, we also use the spiritual guidance this week, the Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. Okay, sit back, relax, guys, and please enjoy the video. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. We're doing the 20th to the 26th of July. Okay then, so Gemini, we've got the cards down. What's the general message this week for you guys? The Queen of Coins is the general message. The Queen of Coins is all about valuing the things that you hold dear. You see this coin that she holds to her chest. It's an object of value. So I've always looked at this woman and felt that she's valuing something, and she always holds it to her chest. So it almost feels like there's a need to value something closely to you. There may also be a need to kind of do things at home, so to focus on the home, focus on things like, you know, organising, the bills, for example, because it's a money card, organising the garden, spend time in nature, for example, with the Queen of Coins energy, doing the plants and, planting seeds and things. I don't know when seeds, I'm not really a fan of kind of gardens and things, but I'm a purely concrete type of an individual. Sounds weird, but it's true. But with the Queen of Coins, it's all about getting in connection with nature and grounding oneself as well with the Queen of Coins energy, but also really taking time to look at the really important things that you're not because she's an organizer, is this Queen, so she's often the type of individual that will look at, organising her life. She's organising her family. She's organising her work. She's very, very organised, is this Queen. So let's have a look. And also she's very practical and very rational as a Queen as well. Let's have a look. Oh, right. So the message is the Queen of Coins, the Seven of Swords. That's an interesting one. And I really like when I see sword cards next to coin cards, because it always makes me feel that some resource or money or something material is being taken. Let's have a look at the next one. What's this? Six of Swords in the reverse. Six of Swords reverse means to return, or it means to be stuck. It's not moving on. Something is not moving on. Something may be returning. Let's have a look at the next one. What are all these reversals? The Four of Cups in the reverse. So the Four of Cups in the reverse for me is a card about having to make a decision. So it's a card about finally making a decision. Okay. I'm very astonished that we have all of these reversals here. Because I don't have reversals in my deck. So usually when I'm shuffling, I let the universe reverse what it needs to reverse. The Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So the Page of Wands in the reverse it reminds me of the Fool in the reverse. So it means not taking a leap of faith. It means staying where you are. It means acting with cautiousness with this Page of Wands in reverse. It can also mean bad news as well. I'm getting the impression, though, that if you look at the Six of Swords in the reverse, Six of Swords in the upright is about travelling, moving ahead. The Page of Wands is Six of Swords in the upright is about travelling, moving ahead. Page of Wands in the upright is about exploration and moving on a new path. There's a decision card being made. There's a decision being made between both cards, and both cards indicate non-movement. It feels like it's non-movement within both cards. So I think there's a decision here. It feels like it's about not moving. Six of Swords in the reverse, and not taking a new path. It's almost like you're deciding that you're going to stay on the same path. And the message is, it's not a predictive reading. This one isn't for this area here. So it's almost like you need to make a decision to stay where you are. It feels like it's not the right time to move with this page of moving to a new territory, because the Page of Wands, all pages are new territory cards. They're all about new beginnings and new journeys and new paths. But I get the impression here, Gemini, that with the Four of Cups being in the reverse, it's almost like saying, because this card is the card of procrastination, you got an opportunity there, but you're considering it. So it's about considering an opportunity as well. There's all sorts of meanings with the Four of Cups, but this card can be about considering an opportunity. I think in the reverse, it's kind of saying now is the time to decide. Okay, now is the time. I think with the, I don't think it's telling you to make that decision. I think it's almost saying, the words that came to me just then was, now is the time to make a final decision whether you're going to stay, whether you're going to, and I think that this may have, for some of you Geminis, been on the radar already, because it's not like you've got, make a decision whether you stay or whether you go. You know, it's not like one is upright and one is reversed. Both are reversed and both are not moving. The page in the reverse becomes a little bit too scared. He's not as brave or as confident as he is when he's in the upright to go and explore something new. And this card doesn't move when it's reversed. Both cards in the upright mean movement, travel, moving to the next stage, a new phase, but neither one is moving. So I get the impression that the universe is saying that the message this week is to make a final decision if you're going to stay where you are. The Queen of Coins, though, so those three cards I think is the message there. But what is this Queen of Coins? And then we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be failure as well. It depends on what that Queen is, really. The Queen of Coins could mean a business, for example, a business owner. Sometimes this can be a business that's failing. Okay, and it could be for some of you guys. It might be the message that the business with the Queen of Coins energy is failing. Some of you guys may be running a business with the Queen of Coins energy and it's not doing very well. Seven of Swords means failure. May not be doing very well. So you have to make a definitive decision whether you're actually going to carry on doing this thing, whether you're going to stay within it, perhaps with those two cards. The Four of Cups reversed is a definitive decision, and making a decision whether you're going to stay for the long haul. So are you going to carry on doing this thing rather than moving on to a new path? Is it something that's worth doing? Because she is a businesswoman, and the Seven of Swords can be failure. So this could be some of you guys, maybe the business isn't doing that well. Or maybe there is a business strategy that you need to take here. Seven of Swords, I don't think this is taking anything away from that Queen as a messenger. I really don't. I think it's either that this is something to do with maybe a business failure, or it's something to do with maybe a new business strategy. So maybe the message is that there needs to be a business strategy, or there needs to be a new strategy concerning your business, for example, for some of you guys that run a business, for example. Okay, you need to make a definitive decision, though, to stay put where you are if you're going to do this. So I think we're going to read it two ways. I think the message this week is, number one, I think I think it comes down to business. I think if there is something about your business, if you do run one, that seems to be failing with the Seven of Swords, you need to make a definitive decision whether you're actually going to stay and carry on trying to fight for this thing. I think the other way to see this reading, though, is with that Queen of Coins and the Seven of Swords, you need to focus on a new business strategy. Queen of Coins, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a strategy card, and the Queen of Coins is business. So you need to focus on a new business strategy. But if you're going to do that, you need to make an absolute decision to stay within the business and fight for it and work hard to get it back to where it should be. Because some of you guys may have been procrastinating. You may have been this. You may have been saying, I don't know whether I want to do this. Maybe somebody's offered you an opportunity to help you or something like that. And if they have, because you got the cup here, the cup is the opportunity. And if they have, it's probably going to be a really good idea that you kind of accept it. You make a definitive decision to receive help. You know, I think regardless of whatever it is, you need to make a decision. If it's a case of working out, there's a new strategy in business that you're taking here. I think with the Four of Cups energy, the message is that there needs to be a definitive decision made to stay where you are. Okay, not to change path, but just to keep on the same track, the same track. Okay, because those two cards don't move. Let's have a look at your career reading. Right, death. We've got an ending, because death is an ending card when it comes to career. Somebody's leaving a job, or, you know, they're being ousted from a job. Okay, the Two of Swords. Okay. Right. Some of you guys may be in two minds about leaving a job because you've got the death card here, and this probably plays into this area here as well that we were reading on, because I think this may be business orientated, where we've got this kind of the failure of the business. It could be also be leaving the business, because Seven of Swords means to exit as well. It's leaving. It's ruled by Aquarius, so it's kind of thinking into the future and kind of just letting go of things that don't work for us with the Seven of Swords card. So this could also be leaving a business as well. Queen of Coins is a business card, money card, leaving a business here, but making definitive, but the message is you need to make a definitive decision. It's a really interesting one. I don't think this is so much talking about the leaving, because we haven't got one card upright, one card reversed, but certainly strategizing a business here. But you need to make a definitive decision that you're going to stick with it with these two cards here. Could be playing into this one where you are therefore in career. Some of you guys may be indecisive about leaving your work, your job, your business, with the death energy showing there. Yeah, there's definitely a decision that needs to be made. You're weighing things up. This week, there's a need to weigh things up, right, weigh up the pros and cons. That's the Justice card. So this week, Gemini, there is a need for you, therefore, to weigh up the pros and cons with the Justice energy here. Four of Cups again underneath. Keep getting this in the signs where I get one card. Say, for example, I don't know who I just did. I think it may have, who was it? I don't know. Virgo, maybe. Would have had, say, a Queen of Coins here and then a Queen of Coins from another deck here, which is really interesting. I think that there's dissatisfaction here. Right, so Nine of Wands. Some of you guys may be feeling dissatisfied about carrying on. The Nine of Wands means to persevere, and the Four of Cups is dissatisfaction. So I think that you need to weigh the pros and cons up, okay? And it could be the pros are, the cons are, the cons are you're unhappy, you're dissatisfied. The pro might be, well, if you persevere with the Nine of Wands, you'll get to where you need to go, because that's the perseverance before you move over to the next stage. You'll get to the next phase. So in work, some of you guys I see being indecisive, undecided whether you want to leave a business or a job or something like that. Okay, you need to weigh up the pros and cons. And the reason that you need to weigh up the pros and cons of staying in this business is it making you happy? Because some of you guys are feeling discontented. The Nine of Wands also means a struggle. You're struggling on. There's a lot of kind of tiredness and hurt here, but you're still persevering. And some of you guys may be unhappy with the Four of Cups to persevere. So you need to really weigh up the pros and cons. Is it worth staying in a business or staying in a job that you're unhappy in, for example, and you're just every day is just kind of like one long perseverance? You know, every day is one long struggle, which is what this is here. Some of you guys may be getting picked on in the job, for example. Can you see all those kids laughing at that boy, and he's got the crutches, he's been battered and bruised, he's tired, but he's still holding his head up, and it might be a real chore to do that for some of you guys. So you need to kind of weigh up what you're going to be doing next in terms of career. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Finally, for love, the Ace of Coins. So for me, the Ace of Coins is planting a seed and building something new in a relationship. Sometimes it can be commitment here. Wow, you've got another Queen of Coins there as well. Okay, for me, this is a week focusing on commitment and nurturing and settling down into a relationship with the Ace of Coins and the Queen of Coins energy here. Wow, all money cards though. Usually when you get money cards in relationships, it's based on money. Okay, so love this week, Ace of Coins, Queen of Coins. So this is sharing resources. Queen of Coins energy. Feeling comfortable with sharing resources here. Queen of Coins, I mean, it's all money. So it's something to do with finances in your relationship. The Knight of Swords. I mean, there may be with the Knight of Swords. And whenever I see the Knight of Swords, and he's got, and that's you, isn't it, Gemini, actually? You've got the sword out. That's you on the card. Usually when I see the Knight of Swords and he's got his sword and he's going into another card, he's causing havoc for the other card. Say, for example, it was a Two of Cups, he'd be trying to get in between a relationship. Not saying that you are, but I think that you may have issues with having to share your resources perhaps here. Okay, I think some of you guys work really hard for your money, and there may be issues in the relationship. I'm getting here with that Knight of Swords, that being you. Issues for you in having to share distribute your resources out to the partner. You may feel it's an unfair thing, for example. And actually, that Six of Coins, you know, don't be fooled by some of these cards where you look at Six of Coins and you think, yeah, it's give and take. It's not always give and take. Look what's happening here. This is probably an older woman, to all intents and purposes, taking care of somebody who's looks like a child, but they're actually an adult. So somebody who's kind of like got less resources, because the Six of Pentacles in a love reading is also somebody who has more power in the relationship due to their social status or due to their job. So you may be getting really angry about having to share your resources with somebody, with a partner who doesn't earn as much, or a partner who's always asking for money. The Six of Cups energy. But we're exiting the past here as well. You're exiting the past, but then you've got the sword going on the six. We've got two sixes here. Sixes in a reading mean to balance and harmony is being restored. But you're kind of you're in between those. It's almost like your balance is not restored. It almost feels like there is a lack of balance in this relationship to me, because even though you're exiting the Six of Cups, it's almost like you're coming out. What I'm getting from this reading, Gemini, is some of you guys are literally coming out of this daydream. It's almost like you've woken up. You're moving out of that Six of Cups and you're waking up this week, and you're saying, actually, I really don't like having to share my resources with this person. I'm always having to give away what I've got because they haven't got enough, or they're always asking me for stuff. And I feel that in a way there is a need with this Queen, because the Queen of Coins in a love reading, often she can be somebody who's quite secure. And you've got the Ace of Coins and the Six and the Queen of Coins here. And though they are money cards, the Queen of Coins would usually be somebody who would be focusing on herself, her money, her career. And that might be what it is, that this week in terms of love, some of you Geminis are actually focusing on yourselves with that Ace of Coins, your career, your money, what you're making. Some of you guys may be doing accounting, looking at your bills, looking at your spreadsheets, looking at what you've been spending, all of that type of thing with these cards here. I don't think this is another person, but I do get that you're looking at your finances this week in terms of a relationship, and you're coming out of a kind of daydream here, or a haze. You've been in some form of a haze here, probably because you've been in love, and you're kind of like, oh wow, okay, I've just been living in a bit of a daydream here. Time to get facts, you know. Look at what I'm seeing. I've got to stop this, because the sword is going towards this. So when you get a sword sometimes going towards another card, they want to stop that. I've seen it happen. I've literally seen it happen between my very eyes. I won't say what the situation is, but I've literally seen a particular person representing this, trying to come in between a particular person and me. And it's shown it. It's literally shown it. So that's how I know that and this person is a Gemini. So I literally know that card there, when the sword is out and it's going towards another card that looks to be quite harmonious, it's stopping something. It wants to stop what's in front of it. So some of you guys might be this week. I don't think, I mean, look, the Queen of Coins is a nice card in love, especially if you get it with the King of Coins. It's two people that share values. But I don't think this is about you sharing any values at all. I think that this is a week for you guys, Ace of Coins energy. I think that you're committed to, you know what I'm getting here actually? I'm getting with these two coins, I don't think that this is so much money in the love reading. I think it's that with the Ace of Coins, you're probably committed to holding on to something of value. But in order to hold on to the relationship of value, something needs to change. This Six of Cups, this haze that you've been living in, like, can you see how she looks at the picture? She's like, oh, I love my baby so much. Oh, isn't he so cute? Isn't he so lovely? Blah, 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 blah. You know, she's so in love that she's just forgotten everything. Everything. And that's what happens when you're in love. You forget yourself. But then suddenly Gemini comes to its senses. And Gemini says, actually, yeah, I was in this haze here, but look how much money I've been giving away. Look how much money I've been spending on this relationship. And I think for some of you guys, you want to hold on to relationships. It's something that you value, but you know that in order to commit to this relationship, you want to commit with the Ace of Coins to a relationship that you value, because she's holding something she values very close to her heart. So I think the focus for the week is committing to something that you value in a relationship by starting to probably change a few things up, rapidly changing a few things up. You've been in the darkness a bit. The Six of Cups for me can be a card about illusions and darkness, because you've been in a little bit of a honeymoon phase with that Six of Cups, where you're like, oh, this is really nice. You know, this is a lovely relationship, but I've got to stop kind of the spending. And for some of you guys, it's kind of like what you want to do this week is you want to make sure that you maintain the relationship, but you know that in order to maintain a particular relationship, something that you're doing within this relationship, and I think it's financially wise, needs to change. Because if it doesn't change, I think if some of you guys, you know it's going to it's going to ruin the relationship to a certain extent. The other thing to look at, though, is that this person is leaving the past behind. So there you guys are leaving the past behind. So some of you guys are focusing on leaving the past behind. Okay, and if it's, you know, and we could say that perhaps it's not money. For some of you guys, it won't be money. Because the only reason I say it's money, because you've got 3 pentacle cards in there. And pentacles mean money when it comes to, there's a monetary aspect to a relationship when it happens, when you get coins. But if it's not money, then it's certainly leaving something in the past behind. And what your goal is now, your intention is now, is to find a relationship that you can commit to, that you can settle down into, and that you can have, you know, a balance. I don't see this as balance, but the 6 of coins, whatever. The 6 of coins can often be seen as the card of give and take, balance between 2 people, okay? So we can also read it and say that some of you guys this week, 20th to the 26th, are looking at leaving behind the past, leaving the past behind. Showing here, Knight of Swords, leaving behind the 6 of Cups. And your intention is to find, because all of the knights are on a quest. So now you're on a quest. So if you're leaving the past behind, Gemini, your quest now is to find a relationship that you can commit to, settle down in, 6 of Cups, and have a balanced relationship, a give and take relationship, okay? Let's quickly go through the reading again. So Gemini, week commencing 20th to 26th of July 2020, we've got the general energy of the Queen of Coins, 7 of Swords. For some of you guys, business is not going very well, and you have to make a definitive decision with the 4 of Cups. That's the message. You have to therefore make a definitive decision, 4 of Cups in the reverse, whether you stay on this path and try and fight for this business. The other way to look at this, I think, is that there are new business strategies being worked out this week, and you'll make a definitive decision for some of you guys to stay within this business to try and make it work. 6 of Swords reversed, Page of Wands reversed. You're not being so hasty anymore. You're not looking to set off on a new path. You're looking to stick with what you have. In terms of work, though, for some of you guys, you are undecided in terms of whether you leave a job or a business, with the Death energy showing there. There are pros and cons to be weighed up. Some of you guys are not feeling particularly happy to continue the way that you've been going with that 9 of Wands. In terms of love, I think 2 things. I think number 1, some of you guys are starting to, this week in a relationship, really focus and hone in on your finances here. Some of you guys have been given too much and receiving too little. And because you've been in the honeymoon phase, you've been kind of letting this slide. But I think that some of you guys are finally waking up and saying that this kind of needs to stop. If you want to kind of keep the relationship going, this needs to kind of stop, because you're going in with your sword on that 6 of coins. The other way, though, I think we can look at this is that Gemini is leaving behind the past, a past relationship. And I think that the focus now is the intention, and the quest that you're on now is to find a relationship that you can commit to, settle down into, and have a bit of give and take. Okay, let's have a look at the spiritual cards then. So the thing that you should be focusing on attracting in Gemini is courage. You need to focusing on attracting in courage, okay? My fear of rejection does not stop me from bravely going forward, which could be alluding to this area here where you're leaving behind the past and focusing on committing and settling down into a give and take relationship. So that could definitely apply there. The colour that you need to focus on this week, wow, is lemon. Access, innovative thinking. Let's have a quick look at what that is. So we've got number 23. So yellow assists with purification, treating diabetes and cleaning the intestines and the bowels. Ease arthritis. It's lemon, sorry. So lemon is a colour of warmth, inspiration and intellect, fueling the brain so you think clearly, make empowering decisions and boost your memory. This colour is fantastic in assisting with study, learning, reading and writing. Think outside the box with lemon rays of innovation. When you are ready to think outside the box, sit up straight, hold your head up high, open your hands and relax your fingers. Say, divine, so this is what you need to say for the week, if I can read it here. Say, divine intelligence, I call on the lemon ray of innovation, creativity and ideas to inspire me to see new aspects and ways of moving through the situation I am facing. Let's say that one more time. Divine intelligence, say this for the week, Gemini. I call on the lemon ray of innovation, creativity and ideas to inspire me to see new aspects and ways of moving through the vibration I am feeling. Fantastic. I'm facing, sorry, I think that was. Okay, and finally, what you need to, the spiritual advice this week is you can't please everyone. So it says here, when you're focused on living up to other people's standards, you aren't spending enough time raising your own. Some folks expect you to act a certain way and to march to the beat of their boring drum. They find safety in sameness, but you have beautiful music inside you. Your flair is meant to be shared. Don't shrink to fit in or get approval. Instead, dump your need to please and just be your magnificent self. Fantastic. That's a lovely, lovely card to finish on. I'd like to say, Gemini, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like to have your own private reading, click on the link in the comments section below or the end screen, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.